Okay, my name's Karen Smith. I am the Nursing Director of Central Illinois Endoscopy in Peoria, Illinois. And today I am here with Erich and his daughter, Aubrey. Erich came to the center in 2010, wasn't it, for colonoscopy. And he's kind of here just to kind of go through the experience he had, his diagnosis, and all that. So if you could just tell us a little bit about your family, yourself, so that we can kind of get to know you a little bit.
Sure. Erich Thompson, 34 years old, married, got a lovely daughter, Aubrey, rambunctious stepson, Josh. Live in Glassford, Illinois, small town. I considered myself to be a pretty average 34-year-old guy with pretty average health. So things sort of changed.
Okay, and so Erich has a blog on carepages.com as you were going through your treatments. Tell us a little bit about what actually brought you to the doctor initially. Were you having symptoms, problems?
Yeah, about 4 years ago I started experiencing blood that was coming from a place that probably shouldn't be coming from.
Right.
And I sort of chalked it up to maybe my diet, maybe one too many beers on the weekends with the guys. I tend to eat jalapenos or hot sauce with every meal, and I sort of rationalized it as maybe I had an ulcer or something like that. And I told my wife about it, and she insisted I go in 4 years ago, and I was kind of too man-centric and too proud to do that. And I did put it off and put it off. And then I started experiencing back pain, some lower back pain, and the blood continued to get it sort of increased in volume, and I really began to worry. And then as the back pain got so excruciating, I sort of thought about maybe making an appointment. I've been driving for 15 years on my job, so I figured it was maybe a pinched nerve or a slip disc that was causing my pain, and I sort of rationalized that as well, the back pain. I figured it was just due to my daily activities with the driving. And as time progressed, some things started to happen that made me really think I should probably get in, and still didn't figure I had a big problem. I figured it was just some minor symptoms, could be treated with some sort of medical help.
Right.
And then I had 3 family members pass of cancer. So I sort of really started to kind of think about life and my family, and I made the decision to go in and see our family practitioner in Glassford. And she suggested that I told her about the back pain, and she suggested I do a range of movements with the bending and the twisting and touching the toes. And I did all those sorts of things. The back pain never really popped up. It was always if I was laying down at night or sitting down on my job, and the back pain was just excruciating. And I was to the point where I was taking a bottle of aspirins or Relieve or Tylenol about every 3 to 4 days. And so at the end of our little session with my family practitioner, after the whole range of motion activities, she concluded there really wasn't much she could do for me. And on the way out, I sort of in passing mentioned to her that I was having some blood issues coming through, and she looked at me and said, "That's really not right. We need to," and she said the words no guy wants to hear, "We should probably get you in for a colonoscopy." And she suggested it could be colitis or a few other types of things that could also be treated relatively easily. And so I actually came in here for the colonoscopy, and you guys found what we didn't want to find.
Well, it's a really good thing that you happened to, at the last minute, say that you're having the blood in the stool.
Yeah, it was sort of an afterthought. I figured I wanted to get this back pain relieved so badly that I thought if there's any way they're connected or related, I want to figure it out. And the thought of colon cancer never crossed my mind.
So when they told you, you mentioned that, test no man really wants to hear that they have to have done.
Sure.
So what were you apprehensive about the test?
I was, yeah. I came in here. Of course, the wife took the day off of work to bring me in, and I knew I was going to be sedated. And I'd talked to a lot of my customers or older fellows that had had it done. They said, really, it's not a big deal. And so I sort of knew it wasn't going to be a big deal, but you just never know till you get here.
Right.
And then I got here, and the procedure itself was a breeze. I mean, if you're concerned or worried about the procedure, you don't want to have it done. I woke up, me and my wife went for lunch and went to Walmart shopping. We continued on with the rest of our day. I had no pain or discomfort during, before, during, or after with the actual procedure.
So the worst part's the prep. And getting
First
ready
part's the
for
prep,
it.
and you know what? Even that was tolerable. It wasn't the funnest thing, but I had heard horror stories, and they really, to some degree, they were true, but not totally. If you've never had it done, it's really not a big issue.
Right. So, and you went to Dr. Kaiser?
Yes, Dr.
You did your
Kaiser.
colonoscopy,
Yeah.
and they had you come back to the office for the results
Mhm.
of your...
Actually, I came in and seen nurse practitioner here, Brenda Cinnamon, and she suggested possibly colitis or another, I don't remember the other.
Crohn's or...
No, it was something that sounded treatable and very benign. And at the end, then she said we should probably go ahead and schedule it. And then that's when I come in and see Dr. Kaiser. And yeah, we did the colonoscopy, and you guys had told me you would call me in 5 to 7 days, something like this. And it was about a day and a half or 2 days later I got a call, and I was by myself driving. And she said, we need you to come in, we want to talk to you in person. And it didn't sound right. So I asked her, I said, what's going on? And she said, I can't give you information over the phone, we just need you to come in. And I said, well, apparently something wasn't right. And she said, yes, we did find some abnormal cells. And so then the worry set in.
I bet it did. So how soon did they get you into your appointment to see Dr. Kaiser again to tell you the diagnosis?
It was, I believe it was next day.
Oh,
I think
okay.
the receptionist that I spoke with sensed the kind of nervousness and anxiety in my voice, and she got me in, like, I believe it was the next day. And Dr. Kaiser was actually with another patient, and I seen another gentleman who's a great professional here, and he explained to me that there was a golf ball sized tumor that was found, which I was told the day of my colonoscopy that Dr. Kaiser did find a mass in the colon, and I was still thinking no, this is no big deal, you know, it can be cured or whatever. I didn't realize the word cancer never even crossed my mind.
Right.
But then this gentleman reassured me that yes, it was cancerous and it was quite large and it needed to be removed. So. Okay.
And that's the point at which you really realized.
Yeah, and from that point, I didn't get emotional. I just asked what's next. What do I need to do next? And he assured me that there'd probably be a colon resection, which is where they actually splice out the affected section. And it was during that time I was seeing my surgeon that he explained to me that I needed to get a scan to see if there was any more cancer throughout my body. And in fact, it was in my lymph nodes. And the whole back pain issue was related because I'd let it go for so long in my colon. It had actually caused a tennis ball sized mass to be forming in my abdomen near my aortic artery, and that was causing my back pain. So when I lay down at night, that was actually pressing on that artery or a nerve, and it was pinching it off and causing the back pain.
So that's why you were only having the pain when you were laying down.
Yeah, or sitting down. And had I come in here 2.5 years earlier, it started in the colon, and then as it went through my body, traveling through the lymph nodes, it made a home in my abdomen. And so I really feel like if I'd have come in here 2.5 years earlier, I could have just had the colon resection, no chemotherapy, and it would have saved me a lot of time, pain, grief.
Right.
And guilt. My wife telling me, you should go in, and I didn't do it. So.
All right, so then you had your colon resection.
I did.
Obviously. Yeah. And then you had a Mediport put in for your chemotherapy.
I did, yeah.
And went through your chemotherapy, and it sounded like you did pretty good through your chemotherapy.
I did, yeah. I was told that the chemo I was taking was really tolerable. There's different types of drugs they give you for brain cancer, breast cancer, colon cancer, and the one I was given to receive was pretty tolerable.
So if there was somebody that was having symptoms or maybe not having symptoms, what would you say to them about a colonoscopy and coming in to be examined?
I feel like a person really knows their body. I know I did, and I felt like something was wrong, but I kept dismissing it. Just had I come in a lot sooner, it would have saved, like I said, a lot of pain and grief, physically and mentally. I mean, a lot of worry, a lot of physical pain. So I would really encourage anyone who's having any trouble at all, and you have some sort of intuition that it could be bad, to at least come in and get checked and get a peace of mind that nothing is going on, or a diagnosis so that you can get it remedied and cured.
Okay. So you're doing good now.
Yeah, everything's going fine. I'm getting, I believe, a yearly scan and blood work every 4 months, and so far everything's come back just perfect.
Okay.
With it being stage 3, there is a chance, a 50% chance it could come back in my liver, but because they're keeping an eye on me so close every 4 months with the blood work, that if something were to pop up, they could get right on it and fix the problem. So right now, it's life is normal. I'm pretty much 100% from the chemotherapy, and things are going well.
Wonderful.